9 chimpanzees, once used as research animals this morning, have a new lease on life. The group was moved to a new refuge in northern Georgia. It is hundreds of miles from their former home in a lab. Animal rights activists say they were subjected to cruel and inhumane experiments. Mark Strassmann is at the Project Chimps Sanctuary in Morganton, Georgia. Mark, good morning.
Good morning. I'm standing in the main cage of the Chimp Sanctuary and wearing this face shield because these chimps are still in quarantine. Last year, all chimps were declared an endangered species. So for these girls, no more testing, just a retirement that they deserve.
One cage at a time, workers with the nonprofit group Project Chimp unloaded all 9 animals. For the last decade or so, each of them was prodded and poked and used in experiments. This sanctuary is their new home.
There, you want a drink?
And Jessica Hartle, a primatologist, is its director.
This is their chance to be who they really are.
16 hours with 9 ships sounds like the road trip from hell. How was it?
Well, considering we didn't sleep, it wasn't super easy, but we were all so excited for them. Our adrenaline is on high. They're living their life for the first time, really.
Chimps are considered the smartest primate, the closest relatives to humans, which is why the New Iberia Research Center in Louisiana has used 220 of them for medical testing. But in 2009, undercover videos shot by the Humane Society showed terrified animals yanked from cages and strapped down for experiments. No more. On Wednesday night, the first truckload of chimps left Louisiana bound for Georgia and this sprawling, walled, 236-acre preserve where all of the chimps eventually will roam free.
These cages are used in chimps.
Sarah Beckler-Davis leads Project Chimp.
This marks the end of privately funded research on chimpanzees in the U.S. That's a huge deal. That's, the end of an era for these guys.
Are you worried about PTSD?
There are studies that show that chimps coming out of research show the signs of PTSD, so we will look for those signs.
The 9 new arrivals will be quarantined and observed for the next month before Project Chimp sets them loose.
Want to try one?
Hartle calls their release long overdue.
There's a personality there. They're individuals. They've been used as a tool. And we should be ashamed of ourselves for letting this happen to beings, real beings.
All these chimps are between 10 and 13 years old and have never touched grass or swung from a tree. Chimps can live to be 50. So once they're set loose into the sanctuary, these girls can look forward to a habitat that feels much more like home.
All right, Mark. I love that he called them girls. I love Jessica's line. It's a chance for them to be who they really are. Don't we all want to be who we really are?
Yes.
Even the chimpanzees.
Yes, and Mark with that protective headgear. You're looking good, Mark. Looking good.
Mark Strassmann, he stays ready. It's a nice look for you, Mark.
Yeah, I think a headband would be
Thank you
good
so much.
for future broadcast, Mark.
I mean, you could do dental work with that on, too. I mean,
Nice job, Mark Strassmann.